6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says 9th May will always be remembered as a black day in the history of the country. Pre-Hajj flight operation to airlift 180,000 intending Hujjaj to Saudi Arabia began today. Foreign Minister will address joint session of the Azad Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly and Council in Muzaffarabad tomorrow. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, complete shutdown will be observed tomorrow to record protest against holding of G20 meeting in Srinagar by Modi government. The warring factions of Sudan have signed a week-long ceasefire deal in Jeddah that will come into effect tomorrow. Russian president has declared victory in Bakhmut city of Ukraine. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif says 9th May will always be remembered as a black day in the history of Pakistan. Chairing a meeting on law and order situation in Lahore today, he said, everyone who was involved in the incidents of 9th May will be taken to justice. He said the enemies of Pakistan not only attacked GHQ but also burnt Jinnah House and public properties. The Prime Minister said Radio Pakistan Peshawar and FC School were also set on fire on 9th May. He said those who were involved in attacking the military installations will not go free and they will be arrested. The meeting also reviewed the progress made on decisions of National Security Committee. Defense Minister Khwaja Muhammad Asif says legal action is being taken against those miscreants who attacked military installations. He was addressing the participants of a rally in Sialkot that was taken out to express solidarity with the Pakistan Army. He said armed forces always rendered unprecedented sacrifices for the defense of motherland. The rally concluded at Martyrs Memorial at Jovinda, where participants paid tribute to the martyrs. Planning Minister Ahsan Iqbal has said organized attacks on civilian and military installations on May 9 cannot be termed as political protests. Rather, it was the repercussion of the venom spread by PTI chairman against his opponents. Talking to newsmen at Narowal today, he said Imran Khan tried to blame others for his own bad governance and corruption. He said that such miscreants must be punished as arrests of culprits have been made on the basis of video footage and relevant evidence. Ahsan Iqbal said the PTI government was removed through the vote of no confidence under a democratic process given in the constitution. Pre-Hajj flight operation to airlift 180,000 intending Hujjaj to Saudi Arabia began today. The first Hajj flight carrying 316 Pakistani Hujjaj landed at Medina Munawwara today. Radio Pakistan correspondent Javed Iqbal reports from Medina Munawwara that these pilgrims arrived through the PIA flight PK 773. Pakistani Hujjaj were welcomed by Director General Hajj Abdul Wahab Sumro, Director Hajj and other officials of Pakistani Hajj mission. Gifts and bouquets were also distributed among the arriving Hujjaj. Talking to Radio Pakistan's correspondent Javed Iqbal at Medina Airport, Hujjaj expressed satisfaction over facilities provided by Pakistani and Saudi authorities at immigration desk and for their transportation. Meanwhile, 99 other Pakistani who have arrived in Medina through Serene and PIA Airlines from Lahore, Faisalabad and Karachi. Chinese Charity Affairs Pang Chun-shi says CPEC has become the hallmark of China-Pakistan cooperation. Speaking at a ceremony in Islamabad today on 72nd anniversary of establishing diplomatic relations between Pakistan and China, she said China-Pakistan relationship has solid public support and vital practical needs. Ms. Pang stated that this year marks the 10th anniversary of Belt and Road Initiative proposed by President Xi Jinping and the 10th anniversary of the launch of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. She said with the joint efforts of both sides, CPEC has achieved fruitful outcomes covering areas of industry, agriculture, IT and disaster management. Foreign Secretary Asad Majid Khan has appreciated China for investment in diverse sectors of Pakistan and development of the country. He was speaking as a chief guest at China's embassy in Islamabad to mark anniversary of diplomatic relations between the two countries. The Foreign Secretary emphasized impact of Pakistan-China strategic partnership on regional stability. He also underscored the centrality of all-weather strategic cooperation between Pakistan and China. This is Radio Pakistan. Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari will address the joint session of Azad Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly and Azad Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Council in Muzaffarabad tomorrow. He will reiterate Pakistan's unwavering support to the Kashmiri people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir in their just struggle for right to self-determination. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari will also raise Pakistan's concern over holding of G20 meetings in internationally recognized disputed territory of Kashmir in violation of the UN Security Council resolutions and international law. The Foreign Minister will also address public meetings at Bagh and Lipa. In Azad Jammu and Kashmir, protest demonstrations and rallies are being taken out against the G20 summit meeting in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. In Muzaffarabad, a protest demonstration followed by a rally was held by the All Parties Hurriyat Conference AJK chapter in front of Central Press Club today. The participants of the rally, belonging to all walks of life, were holding black flags, placards and banners condemning Modi regime's nefarious designs to hold the meeting of G20 countries in Srinagar and Leh. They were chanting anti-India and pro-freedom slogans. The participants appealed the international community to play its due role and stop human rights violations in Held Valley. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, complete shutdown will be observed tomorrow against the G20 meeting being held by Modi-led Indian government in Srinagar. According to Kashmir Media Service, call for the shutdown has been jointly given by All Parties Hurriyat Conference and AJK political leadership. Protest demonstrations, rallies will be held on the occasion. The incarcerated APHC chairman Masarat Alam Bhatt, in a message from New Delhi's Tihar jail, urged the people of occupied Jammu and Kashmir and Azad Kashmir to make the strike a success. On the other hand, APHC Vice Chairman Ghulam Ahmad Gulzar, in a statement issued in Srinagar, eulogized the services of prominent Kashmiri leaders Mirwais Maulvi Muhammad Farooq and Khaja Abdul Ghani Lone and the martyrs of Hawal on their martyrdom anniversaries today. Mirwais Farooq was martyred by unidentified gunman at his residence in Srinagar on this day in 1990. On the same day, 70 mourners were killed when Indian troops resorted to indiscriminate firing on his funeral procession in Hawal area of Srinagar city. 12 years later, on this day in 2002, Khaja Abdul Ghani Lone was martyred by unknown attackers when he was returning after addressing a gathering at Martyrs Graveyard in Srinagar. In Sudan, sporadic fighting between warring factions continued in the capital Khartoum today amid a Saudi and US brokered deal for a week-long ceasefire. The ceasefire deal, signed by army and the rival paramilitary Rapid Support Forces after talks in Saudi city of Jeddah, is due to come into effect tomorrow with an internationally supported monitoring mechanism. It also allows for delivery of humanitarian aid. The war has seen 1.1 million people flee their homes, moving either within Sudan or to neighboring countries. Russian President Vladimir Putin has declared victory in Bakhmut city of Ukraine, which Russia calls by its Soviet-era name of Artyomsk. In a statement today, he congratulated the Wagner mercenary force and the Russian army for what he called the liberation of Bakhmut. Putin congratulated Wagner's assault groups as well as all members of the units of Russian armed forces who provided them with the necessary support. Meanwhile, Ukraine said it is still fighting for the control of eastern city of Bakhmut. The leaders of G7 countries have assured Ukraine full support in war against Russia. Leaders of world's richest countries at their meeting in Japanese city of Hiroshima today said they would not back down from supporting Ukraine. Bahrain has announced to restore full diplomatic relations with Lebanon after a year. Bahrain and other Gulf countries followed Saudi Arabia in recalling their diplomats towards the end of 2021 after Lebanon's former information minister George Kordahi made comments about Saudi Arabia regarding the situation in Yemen. The Bahraini Foreign Ministry said it has decided to restore diplomatic representation at ambassador level in Lebanon to strengthen bilateral relations. In Mexico, at least 10 people were killed while 9 others injured in a shootout at a car racing show in Ostenda city. According to reports, people with long guns got out of a van and began shooting at participants. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very hot in southern and central parts during the next 12 hours. This is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.